start now. Over to you, Brother Timmy. I'm going to mute myself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon from wherever you are. Okay, can you hear me, please, everyone? I'm
going.
Okay. Yeah, so today, we're not gonna waste time today. We'll go straight to practical. Last week we talked about the Zaprozi, a web application security scanner, one of the powerful tools to conduct a vulnerability assessment, a web vulnerability assessment. So we did the introduction as a beginner last week, but by the grace of God today, we don't have much to do today. We'll just go straight to the practical. We just practicalize one thing or the other. Okay, so right now I'm going to share my screen. So once I'm done sharing the screen, then we're going to start, go straight to the practical. But before I do that, please, who among us that doesn't understand how to install Owasp Zaprozi? And who among us that doesn't understand what we did last week? Because we decided to switch to window tools because of the Kali Linux tools. Most people doesn't understand the Kali Linux programming tools. So we decided to switch to window tools, which will be easier for us to do. I explained that last week. I'm not going to repeat that this week. So I just want to know, do we understand before we get down to practical aspect of the Zaprozi? Please, do we understand what we did last week, how to install it, the functions that are explained? Who among us that doesn't understand, please? If you do not understand, please, you can raise up your hand. So I'll quickly do the summary of it, please. Should I assume that we all understand, or we understood everything, right? Joshua, well, I understand everything Tachi last week, because I'm going to ask question. Ẹni tí ò bá understand kó dẹ̀ sọ bí tí òun understand ní nǹkan tá a ṣe last week, please. Madam Lawal, today's Monday is for Owiwi security training. It has been like that since when we started. So kò sẹ́ni tó máa sọ pé ta ló sọ fún yín pé kò sí training lénìí. I doubt it, because today is Monday. We all mọ̀ wípé today is for security training. So there is no doubt about that. So, Josh, can go ahead. Please, I need us to talk. Let's make it an interacting section so that we all could benefit, because this window, as a security personnel, this window tools, after finishing with this Owasp Zaprozi, we're still going further. And I could remember vividly that we've done something like Motego. I don't know if most of us have done the practice about that. So, but that is not the case. Anyway, we're still going to visit it again. So now I'm going to share my screen. I just go screen. Now, please, if possible, bóyá ká on mute so that Amalima respond. Mo fẹ́ mọ̀ so that I won't just be talking. I want people to understand at least what I'm saying. Even if you're going to spend just 30, 20 minutes, I want us to understand perfectly everything we are saying. So now I'm going to open my Zap. If you are with a system, you can open the Zap also. I told us if you are starting the Zap fresh, if you are starting the Zap, this I do not want to persist. That's the default. Then we click on Start. So now, if we're talking about the first thing we're going to do is active scanning. Active scanning is the number one thing. Let me quickly rephrase what we did last week. Last week, we talked about how to install it. I explained most of the functions, file. If you want to start another session, you go to new session, open session, persist, snapshot, import, export context, import context. Yeah, we go to edit, Zap mode. I explained about we're going to probably, if there's enough time, we're going to talk about the attack mode after the active scanning. Yeah. Is there any question? Please, is there any question? Yeah, please. So now we talk about edit. Under the edit, we talk about Zap mode, and I explained a little about standard mode, but probably today we're going to talk about the attack mode after doing the active scanning. I want us to cover this so that by the time we see, by the time they ask us to come and conduct a vulnerability assessment on any web application, we will be able to do it perfectly. And even if we want to go further by bringing out hidden files, such as username and password, database, we can use Zaprosy. We will get there as time goes. Last week, I repeat again, last week, we did the introduction to Zap. And now we're going to start with active scanning. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to start with now. So if you are doing active scanning, we can use manual, you can use automated scan. But right now, I'm going to use an automated scan. Now, I just click. What is the next thing to press? Which website are we doing? We are using Spray, right? Spray. Please, what I'm about to do right now is strictly for educational purpose, not for criminal activity. Please, very, very important. Well, if I am doing my active scanning, I love using this also. I'll use the traditional spider, and at the same time, I'll use the Ajax spider. Then we know what is Yeah, I explained something. Did I explain this last week? Well, now we can click on attack. It's as simple as this, and it's going to bring out so many things. But what this is active scanning, okay? For us that doesn't understand what is active scan, this is active scanning, and I will tell you different ways we could get into an active scanning. Oh, is there any question, please? Is there any question, please? Okay, if there is none. All right, I'm going to click on attack now. You can see now. It will start with spidering. That's spider. It will spied through all the sites, everything, all the content. Let me expand this so that you can see it clearly. So now, you can see some are out of scope. Anything that all this out of scope, oh, out of scope, we can't check it out. Out of scope, anything out of scope, please don't go there, okay? Except if you have permission to do that. That means there's an important file there. It's very, very important. Out of scope, out of scope, out of scope. So like this, out of scope, youth parliament, out of scope. Oh, sorry, WordPress. Is it WordPress? Yeah, we have so many out of scope, which it has some hidden files. There maybe is just not something we have permission to check or to see. So that's that about the out of scope. Now we want to go into an active scanning. It's just spidering. Now we click on we right click, we go to attack mode. You can see it clearly, active. Then we click on active scanning. Everything is there. That's another way to start. Then we start the scan. Actively, it has started. This is what they call active scan. It is scanned through all the old sites. Sometimes it takes time, sometimes, you know, so right now, we'll just quickly view the history. Yeah, this is the history. Medium is giving us form, script, comments. We go to search, alert. Yeah, this is one that will alert us about the vulnerability that is in it. Active. Yeah, we go to, we already have this spider. All this red is very, very vulnerable. It shows it is vulnerable. Let me see which one I could pick on. You know, I'm trying to be careful so that I don't open something. Oh, it's out of scope, sorry. That out of scope is vulnerable as well, and is vulnerable for any attack from outside, from any hacker. Yeah, this is another one. Yeah, let's see. Oh, it's out of scope, sorry. Okay, let's check the active scan. Okay. Now let's go to how do we analyze all this active scan? Let's go to alert. We check the alert. Oh, we start from here. Is this scanning? Okay. So we have 15 alerts, and how do we analyze it? This is it. Let me remove this. Yeah, this is absence of anti-CSRF token. It's not there. It's not on the website. The risk is medium. Confidence is low. This is how to analyze it, and evidence of form class, header search from absence, anti-description, order to perform an action as the victim. The underlying cause is application functionality using predictable URL from action in a repeatable way. The nature of the attack is the CSRF exploit. It shows that an hacker or a hacker can penetrate through this. And let's see the analysis here. This is the analysis. This is what he's talking about. Yeah, we're talking about, this is the request. We can get it here and we see, okay, how come? Yeah, this is absence. I'm sorry about this. Okay, now you can check it one after the other. One request, quick start. Let's do request. Yeah, we have to display again Mozilla, Windows, Gecko, Firefox, no catch control. Yeah, well, this is where the analysis is. Yeah, medium, low, from class, I explained this. Then after checking the description, then we can come to, it always have a solution. Other info, no known anti-CSRF token. That means there is nothing like that inside the website. So it's open to an attack. As a penetration tester, you can easily use the opportunity to bypass or to attack the website. Now, this is the solution for the web developer, the front end and back end of a web developer. Now, face architecture and design. We will give them the solution also, because most of the web developer doesn't understand this. They don't know, so it's our own job to let them know this is the face, architecture and design. Use a vetted library or framework that does not allow this weakness to occur, or provides construct that make this weakness easier to avoid. For example, use anti-CSRF packages such as Owasp, CLI guard. That's to, even if you don't want to insert the token, you can easily guide it. These Owasp, they are, let me say, they are trying to, well, I can't call it, let me not talk about that. So you can easily use CSRF, the Owasp guard, to protect it. Face implementation, you implement it for the web developer. Once they see all this, they will understand. Ensure that your application is free of cross-site scripting issue, because most CSRF defenses can be bypassed using attacker control script. Face, that's another problem and solution. Another one on solution, in our own base, we could go through all this scan a website, but make sure it's a website you have a permission to do. Before I started using to do spray, I seek for a permission. And that was why you can see that they put some out of scope. So I don't get out of my boundary. Do you understand? So please let it be a website that you have a permission to do, so that in case if you are doing something that you don't have a permission to do, you could get arrested. That is like something like impersonation. You're trying to, they could see you as a black hacker, which you can be arrested and be jailed. So that is that about this. Let's analyze some again. Either you can see for the web developer and the programmer, they should be able to understand deep down about this. Assuming that I'm the one doing the vulnerability assessment for a web application, my own is to prepare, once I get the vulnerability, I'll prepare a report. All this will be inside the report. Last week, I told us how to prepare the report. I don't know if we still remember, but in case if we do not remember, I can still go over it once I know that you don't remember that. So these are the things a web developer will go through in order to know how to fix the problem. And this is the solution how to fix the problem. You can just go through it. So now let's go analyze this same thing. We could go through without wasting time on this. So it's very easier. Note, this can be bypassed using XSS. That means there's a tool in Kali Linux that is called XSS. It's a very powerful tool. By the time you understand Windows tools, we still go back to Kali Linux. If you're going to further your security level in penetration testing, if you don't want to limit it to hacking if you don't want to limit it to vulnerability assessment alone, if you want to penetrate, you want to hack into anything, then you have to learn how to operate Kali Linux. Or there are so many distro that we could use. We have Parrot, we have Arch Linux, we have Ubuntu that we could use to do a penetration testing. So under the penetration testing, we have this XSL. This X, that's cross-site scripting. You can bypass this problem with this. So that is, it has been analyzed here. You can easily bypass it using XSL. So that's that. Go to this also, you can see it. So they've told us what we can do to secure the site. You understand? So all this that is showing can be used, can be bypassed. All this is vulnerable to attack. Yeah, if you want to know everything about contact us without going to the site, you can use this tool to find out more details about this. The categories, let me just, I might not be able to go deep because I don't want to expose some things about it. Now look at the Doodle Spray application privacy. This privacy, I believe there's a lot of it inside. So if you want to, let me see, where's the privacy? Yeah, this is privacy. The solution is here. We could use guard just because of the CS absence of anti-CSRF token. We could bypass this. So once we enter into their privacy, man, we could get anything, data, anything, files, or we could go through anything we see there and bring anything out. So that's that. Well, that's that about this. We could this online payments, all those important page. or is very easier to bypass. So this is giving us the IP, X real IP. I told us how to use Nmap. We could copy this thing and put it on Nmap to go deeper, to search for more things. That is if you are conducting a penetration testing. So you have to search, do more information gathering. So just that about all these guests. So we have enough to go through, but there is no time to start going through it. We're just talking about just one thing, which is this absence of anti-CSRF token. That is 400. Is this scanning? That's 444 information that we could bypass, that we could hack into or penetrate into. So now let's talk about this. And this is another alert. Let's click on it. This is different from the first one that we check on. Let's look at the description. Yeah, wildcard directive. Description: content security policy is an added layer of security that helps to detect and mitigate certain types of attacks, including but not limited to cross-site scripting and data injection attack. Yeah, this content security policy is what they use to protect this and data injection attack. These attacks are used for everything from data theft to site. That means from data theft to site defacement or distribution of malware. So that means this is the only thing that protects data injection, is protecting data, protecting the site defacement, is protecting the distribution of malware, is preventing, but it is vulnerable. Let me finish reading it. Once you can bypass this content security policy, CSP, then you are inside the data. Then you can deface the site. You can steal the data. You can inject the site with cross-site scripting if we can bypass this. Now, which is possible, very, very possible. If it's not possible, it won't bring it out. It will not. Let me read it. They said do the spray directive S risk medium. Confidence is high. Parameter content security policy. That's the security policy that they use. For a good penetration tester, it's very easy to bypass all this security policy. It's very, very easy. If you want to steal a content, you can. If you want to bypass this, you can steal anything you want to steal. Or to bypass it, maybe once you understand this very well, then for people that is interested in penetration testing or ethical hacking, they want to know how to hack into a website, how to hack into a database, then we'll move into there once we are done with all this. I just want us to understand how to conduct this vulnerability assessment. We already have so many vulnerability here already. Now the penetration testing is how to bypass this. This is what we need to bypass, this parameter. Once we bypass the parameter, we have access to inject cross-site scripting. We will have access to inject any what we want on the site. We have access to copy any data that we want. So that is that. Let me check this. Let's check this. There's more. There's a lot of things to check here. Yeah. We can say the product. If you want to, without getting inside the site, we want to check the product. We can once we enter into the site, we can easily add our product. Any product that you want, you add it to the site. You inject it. You can see the ad. Once you're able to bypass, I don't want to open it, right? Once I open this, I will have access to all these add products ID. In fact, this product, then I can easily add mine. Do you understand? So once I add mine, you can add their product, do anything you like, or check any product. And that is, we have a lot of product ID. You can steal any product, manipulate any product, anything. Could do a lot of things with this. So let's see. Okay, so that's that about this. We have so many of it that we could go through. There's really no time to conduct all this. Oh, look at this. Dudosprey.com about us embed. That means anything that is embedded, there's something inside. There's something hidden inside, which we could bring it out. That means maybe username and password might be inside, or anything. We could get anything inside of it. All these things, once we have all this, we could use, there's a tool called Nicto to further to bring out all the database inside this. If we know how to use Nicto inside Kali Linux, then we copy this and use Nicto and DB check. I'll put this in the front. Everything inside this embedded, it will bring it out for us. Everything. So that is how vulnerable it is, because it's already showing us now that it is vulnerable. So that's how this is gallery. If you want to check what is inside the gallery without getting inside the site, without doing anything, you could see another one, and you can see another one. Author, if you want to know anything about this author, Ajoke Ade, which is our own mommy. So it's here. We could get more information about Ajoke Ade through this by bypassing everything without logging in, without going into the site. We just get all this information out. So that is that about this. So it's much. We can see, let me see how many. Let's see. This is 588. Wow. So we have enough to do. Let's check another one. This is CSP script on unsafe incline. Yeah, let's check the information about this. Okay, yeah. This is script SRA or unsafe incline is still under this content security policy. You can see that this content security policy is very important. Once we learn how to bypass this, then we can get anything. We can get audio, video files. You can see that. We can get images. We can get audio files. We can get video files. We can get anything. This is the solution for the developer. This is the solution. Ensure that your web server, application server, load balancer, etc. is properly configured to set the content security policy header. That's all. That means if you are able to bypass this, and we are able to access this kind of JavaScript or HTML or anything, easily we could get inside. Oh, this is the other info. We could get inside web server, application server easily. And these are very important in any web application. It's very, very important because they keep a lot of hidden things inside. So that's that about this. Now let's see. This is the same content security policy. Header not set. Oh, let's check this out. CGI, that means you can use this email protection. You can see that they use this content security policy to protect the email, but with the help of this CDN, there's a payload for this CDN/CGI that could bypass and get the database of this. Anything that has to do with CGI, it will bring in everything out inside the CGI. You can see it. It will still give us access to audio and video files and so many things. So let's go to missing anti-click hijack. We have 400 plus. Don't forget, it's still scanning. We still have a lot of scanning that we are doing. Now, this S-frame options. So we need to check out the X-frame, missing anti-click jacking header. That means something is missing there. So it didn't show us the attack, fine, but it gave us the description. The response does not include either content security. That means the content security doesn't have anything to do with it, with frame ancestors, directives, or X-frame options to protect against click hijack. So that means there's nothing protecting these X-frame options. So let's check for the solution if it has one. Yeah. Modern web browsers support the content security policy and X-frame options. HTTP, ensure one of them is set on all web pages returned by your site. If you expect the page to be framed only by pages on your server, e.g., is part of a frame set, then you want to use same login. It's telling us, this thing has already given us the full details of how to enter into the, how to use this X-frame option to get what we want. So without wasting too much time about this, that is that. We could go through it, use a site that we have option, that we have permission to do. We could go through it. This cookie, no HTTP only flag 73, cookie without same site attribute, cross-domain, JavaScript source file inclusion. There's a tools for this cross-domain JavaScript that could penetrate into it. Yeah, there's the two core skip fish that we could use for this cookie that could go bring out, bypass any security and enter into the database. So I think that's that. Let's go back to active scanning. It's still scanning. That means it will still bring us so many things. There's a new alert again, new alert. Then spidering, I think that's what we could I can talk about right now because of our time. So we still have a lot to talk about because we still have to talk about the policy. We need to know the policy. Let's go here. This is default policy. Now, how do we do this? We click on this. We can add. This is scan policy. If you want to scan client browser is in default, you could change it if you want. the strength, you could change it either low, maybe when it is low, that is when you should bring it out, not medium, not high, or when it's high, or when it is insane. So I always like to leave it at a default, so that even if it is low, it will bring it out, if it's high, it will bring it out. So then we talk about the information gathering. Then we see you can check this directory browsing, HTTPS information leak, source code disclosure. You can change it here, as we like, depend. Then injection. I told us that we could inject anything, or we could search for anything that, if there's any cross-site scripting injection. This cross-site scripting persistent, we could change it to anything we want. We could reset it. You understand? The same thing, spider, cross-site scripting power spider. From so many things, remote OS commanders, if you're scanning the operating system, if you want to tamper with the parameter, yes, it is here. You could tamper with parameter, server-side code injection, then server includes SQL injection. So these are the things we could do with scan policy. So let me close this. Yeah, so we could modify it as we like. So let's check. If that I show you is if we want to add, but now we can modify it. Modify means we can twist it the way we want without adding anything. This is cross-site, just the same way like the other one that we just did now. So it's very easy, and we could change this to anything we want. We could call it SQL injection R. So anytime we want to scan through, it will give us an option. Do you want to scan only for SQL injection, or anything we put here, or cross-site scripting, or anything that we put here? That's what it will do. It will ask us, and we'll click yes. So that is that about this scan policy. Let me cancel it. Let me close it. Yeah. Okay. So here don't forget we are doing active scanning, and this active scanning could take a whole day. So here we come here, if you want to scan only this, then we right click, anything get, then we come here, we go to active scanning. You can see I've told us about this default policy. Assume that we set something like SQL injection, then we see the option here. Once we click on this, it will bring the option out. Then we click on the SQL injection, then we click on start scan. So that's how to scan for a page. Action ID, we don't know what is in here. Yeah, we could do the same thing here, active scanning. We can see products. Maybe we want to scan for this product. We want to know, okay, what type of product is this product ID. Then we start the scanning. To scan only this instead of the entire site. It will just do only this, and we could find any vulnerability which there is. So that's that about this. We can see it's giving us results. Red, this is serious alert. This red is very, very serious. It's too vulnerable. You could see red one. This medium, this is high priority alert that they need to quickly look into. So please, the developer of Doodle Spray should take note of this alert. This red alert is not good at all. It's an opportunity for a hacker to penetrate into Doodle Spray and get what they want. We have medium. This medium, it requires an intelligent hacker to penetrate. Low priority is really the vulnerability. If you're not that good, it's really not the problem. If you know how to protect it, but this is secure. That's why it's showing blue. It is very, very secure. So that is that about active scanner. What other things I want us to talk about? Let's go to settings. Yeah. We come here, we see the active scan, how to change anything we want inside the, you can see that number of all scan concurrently. Put it, this is default settings, which I love to leave it like that. It's default setting, max result to list. That means it will, once it gets to 1,000, you know, so many things we did, we are seeing 500, 400 and something. Once it gets to 1,000, it will stop. That is the setting, that's default settings. So maximum rule duration, the rules we could, or maybe if it's taking time, we could change it from 0 to anything we want. The maximum scan duration minutes. Minutes, maybe we just want 20 minutes. Maybe we don't have time. We can change the minutes. Delay when scanning in milliseconds. We could change, manipulate anything here. And here, ingest plugin ID in header for active scan request. Yeah, we could inject a plugin here. Once you click on it, it will inject. Yeah, then undo anti there, that's why it brought us the vulnerability inside this, because it's already in default. This is in attack mode. Then allow attack mode to be enabled on startup. No, I don't need that. So let's look at this. Yeah, this, we can do a lot of things here. We can add. You can see that you can add post data, JSON. You can click on your part. It will give us the path to, but this could slow test, but it will give us the path to the vulnerability. That if once it shows the vulnerability and we click on it and we see the path, we could penetrate into it easily. HTTP headers could slow down testing. The headers, you know, we can manipulate anything here. Parameter shows here will be ignored by scanner if both the wildcard. Please, anybody that has a question should please raise up his or a hand. Let us know. So if both the wildcarded URL and specified location match. So here we could specify what we really want. Exactly what we really want. Then we can add, and if you're talking about this, see, I really can't talk about all this except once we get there, because we're still going to do all this, including the database, what we want to see. You know, you can see the size of payload to use to brute force the anything. We could use the brute force method, you know, we could do anything with this, but we'll get there. Once we get there, the encode and decode, in case if it is anything that is encode and decode, once you get there, then first browsing. But right now we are still doing active scanning. and there's a lot to do with this active scanning. This active scanning can definitely bring you the what you will really need inside the website. Please, I'm closing that for now. So what else can we do with this active scanning? Don't forget, it's still scanning. It can take a day. You can see all shows. You want to see what is in the gallery. The spider, I've already done that. This embedded, you could see it. You could copy it. You could do scan it alone. You understand? You could scan that alone and to clear all this. So, but you can see what this thing is bringing to us. Oh my God, this is still, well, we could, okay, yeah, we could do something like this. We could show scan progress in case if we are tired. We can be checking it here. Let me take this off. You can see it. Yeah, path transversal, medium, 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 medium. You can see if you want to skip this active scanning, if you want to skip any scanning so that it doesn't take our time, you could skip anything here. So that is that. Let me show us the chart. This is a chart. If you see red shows the I've told us what red means here is seriously, it needs consideration, fast consideration. That means it's on red alert. I've just paused the scanning now. So we could go to this. Let's quickly talk about let me see what time we have left. Let me see, okay, we have limited time left. Let's quickly go through attack mode. This attack mode, yeah, I'll click on yes on the scan all. This attack mode doesn't stop. It monitors anything we want to do. It keep, oh mama, attack me. Anything we click on, it will attack that thing. Anything we click on, it will attack. It's strictly used by penetration tester. Now, let me quickly check. This attack mode, I love using manual. Yeah, I love using manual. Yeah. Before anything, let's go to new scan. New scan, we clear everything off. And we come here, new scan. Start. You can see that. Then we come here. What are we talking about? Manual. Okay. We do the display. We can enable HUD, that is if we know how to use it very well. We are talking about attack mode. We are already on attack mode. Once we launch it, it starts attacking anything that comes. It will open a browser, you can see it by watching it. Yeah, let's go back to you can see it there. Now, let me just quickly explain how it works. Now, once we get this, I'll click. in context, default, it will start scanning. Yeah, including context. Okay. It will start attacking. You could see that it will keep attacking over attacking. Yeah, it will attack the images. It doesn't stop. Anywhere we go to, it goes. It's very, very powerful. Very, very powerful than active scanning. It doesn't stop until let's check this. We could include this one in context. Yeah, include in context default. Then, okay. It starts scanning for anything inside here, anything inside to spray radio. It start attacking and attacking. It doesn't stop, but this is the way to stop it. I might not go deep because it might bring out so many things that we did not expect or we don't have permission to, or is out of scope. It can bring it out because it will just keep attacking any. It's attacking mode is like breaking the wall. You know, it's different from someone that wants to go and steal, that is looking for the best way to open the door so that the owner will not know. But this attacking mode, we attack. It will use bomb to break the wall, use anything to break the wall. Let me show us what they use to define the attack mode here. You can see first browser today. Yeah, no, they didn't bring it out here. It's not here. In the page mode, they could use anything. You can see what is attacking, even images, downloads. You can see it will bring out a lot of things. But let me quickly stop it so that it doesn't bring out what we are not supposed to see. The only way to stop it is to go back to standard mode. It will stop because you can't stop it here. This is pause, this is stop, this is, you don't have access to it here. It won't stop. It will just keep attacking and attacking. That's all. So that's that about the attack mode. Let me click on the new session again. So now if we want to get more information, there's a lot to do. I'm still talking about the active scanning, please. I've not done any other thing aside from this. That if you want to go deep, want to know more about the rules, this is where we could get it. We get started. Sorry for all this, okay? So now this is the thing. We get started with this. How to manipulate in the middle prosy, configuring prosy. If you really want to basic penetration test, see also, you know, what you could do with it. But the most important thing is this add-on. This add-on, you can install additional add-on via marketplace. That is, once we know how to use this perfectly, it's very easy to add more. It's enough to conduct anything, both vulnerability assessment and penetration testing, because this can break into any database. It can bring out anything in the database, including emails and password, including username and password, including hidden files. It brings out hidden files, especially the attack mode. All hidden files will be brought out. So that is that about today's training, active scan. By next week, we start passive scanning. So questions are welcome. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask your question, please. Any question, please? Please, is there any question? If there is no question, then probably I will hand over back to, that means we understand. Please, can I ask my own question? Please, I need us to talk. Can I ask my own question? Or do we understand everything here? Please, are you with me? Okay. If there is no question, nobody is ready to talk. Okay. So I'm gonna hand over. Since we understand this, please let us go on our computer. Let us do some training. There's some websites that we could use to do some testing. We have like a multi-day. That is, if you go to Owasp Zaprozzi website, you could see a lot of websites there that we could use to do this practice. It's good to practice all this because as a security personnel, we have to know most things in this, how to use these tools. This is much more easier than Kalininos programming. It's very much easier and more so, this most of the Kalininos has inbuilt. Let me use this. I'm using Parrot now, not even Kalininos. I'm using Parrot. Is another operating system distro for penetration testing. I quickly want to show us something there. Okay, 1 second, please. Anyway, that's that about the Zaprozzi. If there's any question, you can private chat me and I will let you know. I will give you the answer. I just quickly want to show us how to go to Owasp if you know how to use this. I just quickly want to show us before I hand over back to Mr. Abbey. Okay. Yeah, this is how to get it done. You go to application, you come to pen testing, the web application. You can see the Owasp Zaprozzi. Once you click on it, it brings out the interface. We can see that it's launching the interface. That means the graphical interface of Zaprozzi. So we could do anything in this distro. This is how to get it done. I already have the window that I've been using, but I'm just telling you how to use this. In case if you don't want to use the window, if you want to use the distro. So this is another way to get it done. We could see that, then we click on no, we click on start. So it's still the same thing. So I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm going to close it. You understand? I need to close it. Okay. Cancel. So that's that about today's training. I'm going to hand over back to